All right, are you ready? What's your nickname? Papa. Good. We're working on some talking. What's your nickname? Papa. Talking on cue, that is. What's your nickname? Papa. Wave. Good boy. What's your nickname? Papa. What's your nickname? Papa. Good. Okay, we are gonna try something new today. I'm gonna try having Patty around. And I'm gonna see if her presence makes Morgan act any differently. So I think we'll know pretty quick. Concern is that she might refuse to go off of me. Like she might have a harder time with that. And also that she might start getting aggressive and possessive of me with Patty around. But if she doesn't, this will be like a huge hurdle. So I figured let's try it and see what happens. So I'm gonna go get Morgan. So the last time that Patty joined in on a training session, I got bit 3 times pretty much instantly, and Morgan refused to get off of me. So I was really nervous that those kind of behaviors would show themselves again, and so I just wanted to make sure that she only got 1 training session this day, so she only had 1 opportunity to earn these rewards and work. Ninja? She's not. She's excited. Ready, girlie? Let's go. Come on, Morgan. Good job. Good girl. Awesome. No change. Woo woo. No change. I'm just gonna move around. Morgan. Come on. Good girl. 1 treat.
Or 2, because she did really good.
Girl. Good. Oh, she's gonna get off of there. Hey, Morgan. Morgan! I wanted you to fly off of that, you bugger. Morgan! Come on, you can fly off of that. Yeah, remember? Yeah!
Where did you go?
Hope you guys could see that. Could you even see that? Son of a gun, you guys didn't see that. Okay, it's all right. Come on. Come on, Morgan.
She ate 2.
Probably.
So?
So as you can see, Patty's presence has no effect on our training session. Morgan is still just as enthusiastic as ever, landing on me great, flying perfectly, and most importantly, going off of me easily.
Come on, Morgan. Good girl. Let's change it up. Let's do some with you. There. Me here. Can you do it? Oh, you gotta go potty? Or are you coming? Good. Yeah, good girl.
For those of you that have missed some previous Morgan videos, in the past, Patty's presence has literally ended sessions for me super abruptly. So this alone, just the fact that Morgan is responsive as normal in Patty's presence is really huge for me and huge for making their relationship more positive as well.
Good. Did you see that?
I did.
Of course you saw that. You're videotaping, but oh my gosh, moving target. That's the first time.
Wow.
The other time she's hesitated to go when I'm moving. Good girl.
Good girl, Morgan.
Morgan, can you do it? Come on. Yes.
Nice job.
How about moving a little bit faster this time?
Okay, let me try.
So here I decide to take my 4-year-old daughter's advice and try moving faster, basically walking faster, and see if Morgan will come. But she was not confident enough in her skills to be able to do this, so I ended up having to slow down, And then it turned out that she was just getting tired, so she wanted to do shorter flights altogether. And I figured this out from reading her body language, literally from here. So really read your bird's body language at all times. They're always telling you something and communicating to you. And she shows interest in coming to me right there with just a little bit of a, just some basic body language of looking interested in me, making eye contact, turning her head in that direction, moving her foot a little bit like she was going to come. And so I realized pretty quick she wants to do some short flights.
Shorty.
Yeah, short flight.
So here I'm working on the skill still of being a moving target, but very slowly so that she can handle it. I want to do everything within her own limitations, so to build confidence and not kill her confidence. I want to keep building on it. I don't want to ever make her doubt herself. So that time I wait for her to basically be just in flight, and I start to move a little bit so that she has time to adjust and compensate for how much I'm moving and take it in.
For training.
So she's done?
After this one, yeah. Hey, Morgan. She's looking at your medical bag. Come on. Good girl.
Because I don't want to lose her trust by being a moving target, I want to use this as a building on a skill level. I'm jackpot rewarding her for doing something new and learning a new skill and trusting me. So she's really building more strength, doing a longer flight and making it to me, and I'm also making sure that I'm there for her. If I saw that she couldn't make the flight, I would adjust to be able to catch her.
How about some pellets? Everybody else has pellets. Let's go do it. Thank you, Patty. Good girl. You know what? She was resistant about flying over there, so let's try that. Because she insisted on this session. So we're gonna make it. Morgan, let's go. Good girl.
A lot of you have asked why I don't get Morgan like a special perch that she can use that's more of an L shape for her to grip easier with her left foot. And the reason I'm not doing that is because when I eventually get her outside and say she gets stuck in a tree, I need her to have the skill level to get down and figure it out. So I really need her to adapt and adjust to her handicap, so to speak. So I'm trying not to treat her any differently than I would a normal bird without a foot defect. So when necessary, at least. Here I'm simply working on ascending skills again. This is building muscle, this is building stamina, this is building strength, accuracy, all that good stuff.
Good girl. Good. Gosh. Come on. Can you? Nice. Good job. Which way? Come on.
It's hard to say on this next clip if Morgan hesitates and psychs herself out or if she gets stuck a little bit on that perch.
You okay? You were fully committed? It's alright, girl.
She really wanted to.
I know, she just freaked herself out. What are you gonna do? Good, she found her path. It's almost like she likes the challenges. Does it seem that way? She's more excited when
Yeah.
it's complicated. Woo! Here. I got you. Hold on like that. I'm a little tired. Harder? Think this is harder?
We'll see. Here, let me stand over here, so she doesn't take the shortcut.
So this was way harder to convince Morgan to do. My husband actually kind of stood in one of her flight paths, and it was the easier of the two flight paths that she could have taken. So she really thought about which path am I going to take, and then thought maybe I can't take that one, and then thought, well, I can, I just have to make a few adjustments. So it was really interesting to watch her go through this entire thought process and come to the conclusion of which path she wanted to take. Most of the time she can choose to go over or around something, depending on how hard she wants to make the flight. You'll notice with videos of my own birds, I do not call them or encourage them this much, and that's because they have already learned how to fly. So if you notice in our flight training course, if you have it, we don't call our birds this many times. We call once or twice, and that's because we want an immediate response. But with Morgan, this is still considered encouragement.
Good job. They're all yours.
She hit me with her wings.
That's what you get for standing in the way.
Hey guys, it's me again. I just want to say thanks again for following my progress with Morgan. It's so cool to see you guys, especially those of you that have seen my beginning videos with her and realized how far she's come in just like the short 2 weeks that I've had her. Literally today marks 2 weeks that I've actually had her. So incredibly exciting. I spent some time talking to Patty trying to figure out in which direction I should go next because Morgan's taking on every challenge I throw at her with ease. The thing that we're gonna do is we're going to try to incorporate Patty again. We're gonna give it another try. What I would like to do for my goal is to do my next training session with Morgan, with Patty in the room, but not only just in the room, since she's cool with that. I want Patty to stand up the whole time and kind of be around in the room. So be over on my right, be over on my left, be behind me, be in front of me, all these different things. I want her to just be really, really present instead of just sitting there and watching. I want her to be more present. And if Morgan handles that really well, then we can go from there and incorporating Patty a little bit more. And I'll know what the next step will be based on her reaction to that. So if she doesn't accept Patty standing up and being a bigger presence in the room, then I know that we won't be ready for that quite yet, and we'll just still focus on the solo training with Patty sitting in the room. And if she is accepting of that, then we'll go an entirely different direction and go further with incorporating Patty into the training, because Patty really wants to be part of the training and I really want her to be part of it too. So I actually asked Patty to start doing the target training with Morgan on her own and around Morgan's cage. That's how I'm hoping, oh my gosh, fingers crossed, that this goes smooth. I really want it to go smooth. Patty wants to be incorporated. I want her to be incorporated. I think we can get there now that Morgan's a little bit more ready and a little bit more accepting, and we both kind of have our own relationship with her. I'm hoping the confidence is there, but Morgan will tell us. So let's see what happens.
Going everywhere. What's your nickname?
What's your nickname?
What's your nickname?
Did you see all these coasters that
Good boy.
Thrifty got the redhead. And
What's your nickname?
Cecil came with me on this one, but that was fun.
People in here for a training session. What do you think?
3, 4. Like it.
Hey, Morgan. Change the surroundings, change the height of the perch, everything. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Morgan. Oh, bless you. Yeah. Do it, do it, do it. Good girl. All timers.
Yeah.
So Morgan just kind of took all the changes in stride. Literally, my husband is videotaping my daughter's playing dolls. Patty is now in the room and standing and moving positions along with my husband. We're all changing where we're at, and she just wasn't fazed by any of the changes, and there were a lot.
Morgan. That's what I want. Good girl. Come on. Good.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just working.
This flight is the one that Morgan hesitated the most on, so I tried to work and focus in on it quite a bit. We did about 4 repetitions just on this flight to get her really comfortable with it.
I know. It's hard.
This is one of those, so I actually got her comfortable doing that flight while I was standing up, and then I sat down in the chair, and she wanted to come so badly, and this is all body posture saying she wants to go, but she's not sure in her abilities, and finally she convinces herself to do it, and she nailed it. It was great.
You were nervous about that, but you can do it. You're nervous. You did it, see? So good. Forever, I guess. Just change it up. Woo! Good job. again? And we'll land on a different type? I think I didn't almost click. What are you looking at? Is it the black stuff? The bananas?
She's scared of bananas? Why does she want to eat them?
She's interested in some over here.
Is she interested?
So I had Morgan land on me when I was really close to Patty, and she started getting weird about getting off of me at that point. So here she was really interested in the counter, so I just let her go check out what she wanted to check out, and then I ditched her. And she was really anxious to get back to me, which worked in our training favor. Unfortunately, though, it was short-lived, so she flew to me great, but then the body language she showed after made me a bit nervous about the whole changes of having Patty there.
Oh, you're heightened. Yeah, you're heightened. Alright. So I feel like she's on this edge where I could either push it and get her past it, or I push it and it gets worse. So 50-50 chance. Who's a gambler? I guess I'll gamble. Alright. We'll see what happens.
I decided the best thing to do was to end on some sort of different emotion, since she was showing really heightened body language with me, which often leads to the hormonal body language where she'll eventually regurgitate for me, which I really don't want. So I just had her do some flights where I was away from Patty again to kind of get back our previous mood.
Are we back? Are we back into this? We're into this now? Okay. Come on, come on.
Good, now she's done.
Just wanted you to get a good view.
Yeah, I did, right? Yep, right up her.
Alright, ending on that. Woo woo. Okay, Piggy. You were very good. Ugh. It's hard with one hand. Good girl. Good job.
You too, Bubs.
Okay, we're going to start bringing me into the picture a little bit, so Morgan eventually remembers that she's my bird, and we'll do the same things for me that she's doing for Jamie. Good bird. See, I can do this too, huh? I'm going to walk in front of you. Come on over here.
I really want you guys to notice how gentle Morgan is being. She's touching with her tongue, she's reaching with her beak, but she's never biting down on the stick with Patty, which is an amazing sign for their relationship. She's not showing any sort of aggression
That's it.
or
That's all we're gonna
agitation.
do. Well, let's just do one more because I have one more treat. Good girl. Good girl. And that's it. And I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to give her a second meal, and we're done.